one of the other things we watched, Amanda, in our previous weeks was a video about kids talking to a former member of the Westboro Baptist Church. I don't know if you've seen that video. So good. Yeah, so this young woman, I mean, I don't know how old she is now, but she grew up in the church, and she went and she did the protest with her family because that's what she was taught to do from the minute she was born. And then she was putting things out on Twitter, and some people started kind of just questioning her with kindness, though, asking her kindly, you know, about her beliefs. And she started questioning her own beliefs and realized she didn't agree with how she'd been raised. So yeah, that was a really interesting rabbit hole to go down too. It was a very fascinating story, and also shows that we'll probably get further with kindness and with trying to just, you know, talk to people and explain to people and show the beauty of all of this to people.
This is a lot of what I talk about, because I really believe, and the research shows this too, that shame and shaming people is a terrible teaching tool. Shame causes people to shut down. So the minute that if you get something wrong and I start telling you off for it, that's going to shut you down more often than it's going to open you up. And so when I talk to people, I try to keep an open mind, and I try to teach gently, carefully. And there are some people who are just out there to be mean, but after a while, you kind of figure out who those people are, right? There are people who genuinely want to learn, and then there are trolls. And there are some people you're just never going to be able to get with kindness. Like, it's just not going to work. But instead of spending energy on them, yelling at them, I just don't talk to them. And what I do is I talk to all the other people who want to learn. And there are a lot of people. And the other important thing from an ally perspective, because I'm an ally to a lot of people too, right? Is for me to sometimes just sit back and listen and learn. And sometimes people will correct me. And it's important for me to think about what they have to say and do some more work on that and research and do better, right? So it's just a mutual learning circle. We just all learn from each other all the time. And like, I don't sit up here and say, I'm an expert and I know everything, because that would be so unhelpful. That means that my learning journey has stopped and I will not continue to grow. I don't want to do that. And I don't want anyone else not to be able to learn either. So yeah, kindness is really important.
Yes, kindness, but you're right, having boundaries too for how much you can take. And there are some people that, your time is better spent elsewhere.
Exactly.
I don't know, Amanda, if this is a part of your story you tell, but from following you, you also then adopted another child, right?
We did adopt another child. Yes.
Okay. Is that something you do share, or we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I probably should have mentioned that in the intro, and I didn't do it.
I just think it's such a beautiful part to your family too, that, I want to hear more about that. Yes.
So when our non-binary kid went to school, in grade 8, they met, a girl named Ashley, and they became really good friends very, very quickly. But then Ashley had to leave the school because she was in a foster home and was being moved across the city to a group home. But the kids kept in touch. They kept in touch, and they still, talked on the phone and, had each other over and that sort of thing. And we really got to know and like really just adore Ashley. And then we found out that she was going, I don't know what the proper term is now. They've just changed the term a couple of years ago, but she's going to become a Crown Ward. And what that means is that she would stay in foster care until she aged out of the system. So they wouldn't continue to look for a home for her. And that just made us really sad, because she's such a good person. And so we adopted her. She came to live with us at 15. And then at 17, about 6 months before her 18th birthday, we actually went to the court and we did the whole thing, and we adopted her and we took her out for milkshakes. It was great. It was great. And Ashley is wonderful. So she is now She's taking baking at Algonquin, and she's moved into her own apartment and she loves it. And she took one of our cats with her. she's a cat mom now. And yeah, we just love her to bits. She was a really great addition to our family. So now, if you ask me what my family looks like, I would tell you that, we are, 2 moms. I still consider myself a mom. I think I've been a mom a long time. So we're 2 moms, a non-binary kid, 2 boys, and a girl. And our kids now are 15, 18, 19, and 24. So
yeah, that story just melts my heart as I was watching your journey. I thought that was, you are so kind, and it's amazing. We've also talked, I don't know about this group necessarily, but in different groups, we've talked about foster care and foster care within Indigenous. We're doing it every 2 weeks. We're doing a letter writing for reconciliation session. So we did one on foster care, and that subject is something we need to do better in as well. The whole foster care system needs to be fixed.
Absolutely.
Yes,
it does.
Yes. Yeah. So I love that. Makes me very tear up when you tell your story, because it's so beautiful.